Aries. Aries symbol Venus was retrograde for almost 6 weeks, dear Aries, but turns direct today. While Mercury remains retrograde, this Venus shift improves clarity with your affections and helps you rise above minor problems. In the days and weeks ahead, you're clearer about your level of satisfaction with your relationships, work, goals, finances, and life path. People in your life may seem friendlier or more accessible. While some areas of life are showing forward movement, others might continue to stall while Mercury is retrograde until February 3. Fortunately, you have a better understanding of your feelings, and technical problems seem easier to manage. Today, there can be some confusion or disorientation, making it especially important to avoid making sweeping statements or life-changing decisions. Still, it can be a good time to enjoy the rewards of recent accomplishments and consider or set new goals. There can be particular joy in what you're doing or your responsibilities today. Taurus. Taurus symbol Venus ends its almost 6-week retrograde cycle, dear Taurus, and turns direct early today. As your natural planetary ruler, you may have felt to be in limbo and perhaps a little misunderstood at times during the retrograde of Venus. Now and in the weeks ahead, you're likely to see certain delays lift and feel some forward motion with relationships and projects. You may have discovered new ways to enjoy yourself and revived an old hobby or study. Ideally, you've reviewed your affections, arrangements, and obligations in recent weeks, and now you're beginning to feel more equipped to make decisions. You may have discovered new ways to enjoy yourself and revived an old interest or study. Now, the connections you make bring you more joy. Perceptions may be a little blurry with the shift that's occurring today. As well, Mercury remains retrograde until February 3, so while some blockages lift, others may be forming. If possible, avoid big decisions, ease yourself forward in some areas, and review others. Today, there could be a chance to pursue a particular interest, or there can be an opportunity to enjoy a change of scenery. Gemini. Gemini symbol Venus shifts gears early today, dear Gemini, ending a 6-week retrograde phase. The shift itself occurring now can distort perceptions. Still, you'll gain more clarity about your feelings, relationships, money, and intimacy matters in the coming weeks. Affection comes more naturally so that the signals you're reading are sounding loud and clear. A new feeling of clarity and forward motion can gently encourage you. If you've been procrastinating on settling your finances, you'll be more inclined to tackle them. Some of the discoveries you've made about your relationship needs and values are likely to impact decisions made now, helping to round them out. Nevertheless, Mercury is retrograde until February 3, and the pace can remain relatively slow, but moods are brighter, which can make dealing with technical problems manageable. Today may still involve some fog or uncertainty, so be sure to take your time drawing conclusions. The moon heads into your intimacy sector, cozying up to Venus and enhancing your sense of peace and comfort with your feelings today. Cancer. Cancer symbol Venus ends its almost 6-week retrograde cycle early today, and you're turning a corner, dear Cancer. You've recognized areas of dissatisfaction or imbalance in your job, daily environment, and close relationships, and now you see where you can make improvements. In the weeks ahead, you'll enjoy opportunities to bring more harmony to your partnerships, friendships, and daily affairs. Confidence in yourself, your work, and your relationships builds. Gradually, you'll enjoy more direct and comfortable interactions. Love and pleasure flow more naturally, and satisfaction or comfort in your home life may increase. Today, take things easy and avoid make or break decisions and commitments. Mercury remains retrograde until February 3rd, and it's still not a time to push things ahead, even though your mood is lighter. Today is a good time for considering the other side of the coin and weighing the pros and cons. Leo. Venus ends its almost 6-week retrograde cycle today, dear Leo, and you could feel as if you're turning a corner. Mercury indeed remains retrograde for a bit longer, until February 3rd, but you're sure to feel lighter. You may have been questioning specific attachments or levels of joy in recent weeks. Ideally, it's been a helpful process, either serving to strengthen your commitments or alerting you to stale areas of your life that need special attention. Some delays and uncertainties are lifting now. There can be forward movement in your daily affairs, work, and health. You might enjoy some second chances or have an opportunity to redo things that recently caused you trouble, this time around with more wisdom. You're not as inclined to ruminate or dwell. Love and pleasure become more straightforward. Aim to take things easy regardless, not only because Mercury remains retrograde but also because things are unclear on days of a Venus shift. Problem areas may temporarily magnify before you see your way through them. Today, you need some recreation and perhaps a little pampering, but you also need to get things done to feel complete. Virgo. You could find that people are preoccupied with their issues as Venus changes gears today, dear Virgo. However, affection, love, and pleasure seem more straightforward in the days and weeks ahead. Venus turns direct early today after nearly 6 weeks of retrograde motion, and it can be the beginning of the end of ambiguous relations and feelings. During the shift happening now, it can be tough to read the signals, but you'll slowly begin to gain some clarity with love relationships, matters surrounding children, or creative projects. You may have a more profound knowledge of what's in your heart, and you can begin to feel more confident about how you feel and what you value. Some details need clearing up, which is likely to happen naturally and gradually. Still, you'll be focusing on bringing harmony, balance, and peace to your personal life with greater success. Disagreements or standstills may resolve. Some blockages are clearing and others are developing with Mercury still retrograde until February 3rd, but you appreciate that people seem kinder and that your own feelings are clearer. Libra. Early today, Venus turns direct after an almost 6-week retrograde cycle, dear Libra, and you're likely to begin feeling more clear about your feelings in the days and weeks ahead. With its station today, there can be some ambiguity. However, you're recognizing what's most important to you, who and what you value, and where you stand, particularly on a family or home issue that was left hanging or delayed. Comfort levels increase from today forward. Mercury is still retrograde for several days longer, until February 3rd, suggesting some backtracking. Still, the insights you've gained about the past, mainly related to your relationships and projects, can help you make improvements in the coming weeks. Venus helps you come across as you intend. As your planetary ruler, you'll feel more clear-headed and decisive. Today, avoid pushing yourself to make decisions. If you need some time to center yourself and get your bearings, today can deliver. Scorpio. Some signals can cross as Venus stations and turns direct today, dear Scorpio, after 6 weeks of retrograde motion. Changes are in the works, and they're strengthening ones, but the shift itself can fog things up just for now. Over the coming weeks, you'll find more satisfaction in your projects, studies, and communications. A transportation matter that met with delays can now resume or straighten out. Some communication mix-ups or computer problems can come to a resolution, although Mercury's retrograde that continues until February 3rd can be the source of other slowdowns. You focus less frequently on the past and more on where you're going. Take your time for best results, particularly with Venus still slow and Mercury retrograde. Avoid situations that require judgments of value today if this is possible. Later today holds good energy for harmonizing, sharing ideas, and ironing out differences. Sagittarius. Venus ends its almost 6-week retrograde phase today, dear Sagittarius. Ideally, this period has helped you better understand your needs and wants. You may feel that you're given second chances or picking up the pieces. Life seems a little easier when you know what's in your heart. There can be some pleasant opportunities to enjoy new interests or take a fresh look at old problems in the upcoming days and weeks. Financial issues, delayed income or projects, and confusion over property can clear. Relationships tend to be more predictable. Even so, the shift today can intensify problems temporarily, or at least we perceive things this way. It's best not to make or break commitments while this shift occurs, so be sure to take your time. Aim to think up new ways to protect, improve, or build your resources. Capricorn. Venus ends its almost 6-week retrograde cycle today, dear Capricorn. Because this phase occurred in your sign, it's been a little more personal for you. While you can be cautious with your heart for a bit longer, you'll slowly get back on track in the areas of pleasure, comfort, and love. In the coming weeks, you'll get some second chances with others and plenty of time to enjoy yourself. You're clearer about who or what you want. Personal appeal increases. Matters that have challenged you in recent weeks may resolve, and stuck areas of your life can unclog and move forward. While today's shift can be disorienting, you'll grow accustomed to the change soon. Avoid making or breaking commitments until the fog clears. The moon moves into your sign today, and you're in good shape for self-expression, friendship, and a positive self-image. Working towards the goal of increased happiness and health are in strong focus. Aquarius. After 6 weeks of retrograde motion, Venus turns direct today, dear Aquarius. While it helps clarify your feelings, the shift itself can generate some confusion today. Nevertheless, complicated relationships or feelings can start making sense in the coming weeks, and the road ahead seems to be a little more certain. A decision about a matter of the past now may seem more straightforward to make, it may even become irrelevant. There could be a resolution to feelings of being stuck in the past or hung up on a matter/relationship that's no longer viable. As with all stations, whether it's a shift to retrograde or direct, it's not an ideal time to make or break commitments. Ease into this new phase for best results. As well, Mercury remains retrograde until February 3rd. As such, you can enjoy progress on certain fronts and some apparent backtracking in other areas. Allow your mind to catch up with your heart before pushing ahead, and you'll be in good shape now. Today's general mood inspires attention to your inner world. You're seeking a healthy escape from the usual fare, and emotional refreshment is easier to find than usual. Pisces. Venus has been retrograde for almost 6 weeks and begins to move forward today, dear Pisces. Changes are in the air, and they are positive ones. However, your perceptions are unclear as the shift occurs now, so take your time before coming to any concrete conclusions. In the coming weeks, emotional entanglements or complicated feelings and friendships will likely clear up. There can be significant improvements or clarity in your social life. Ideally, you've gained valuable insight into your friendships, goals, and level of satisfaction with your connections. Delays lift, answers arrive for some questions, and life goes on. Keep in mind that Mercury remains retrograde until February 3rd, and while some matters are moving forward, other blockages or delays are ongoing. There can be minor delays and problems to manage, but you're feeling more confident about your feelings and affections. Today, you may get a nice boost from sharing ideas with others or supporting a friend.